If you've been on the fence, you have something that you want to say, and you feel like you would find a lot of fulfillment personally just by creating this type of content, what are you waiting for? Get out of your own way. And look, I get it. It took me 5 years after purchasing my first, actually 6 years after purchasing my first camera to finally start taking steps towards YouTube. And thankfully I had the pressure of COVID to really make this happen. Which, if you want to hear the whole story of how all of this happened, go watch my last video. But I'll give you a quick synopsis. The reason why it took me so long to start is because I accidentally started building a photography and filmmaking career, which distracted me from pointing the camera back at myself. And then COVID happened. I eventually started posting on YouTube, but it took so much overcoming resistance to finally start posting YouTube content. The fear of judgment, the fear of how do I create the video? I don't really know how to speak on camera. The self-sabotage that came with all of that. Now looking back, and if I were to have a conversation with my younger self, I would tell him, start creating. Don't worry about how it looks. Just get started and figure it out along the way, because there's so many benefits to posting on YouTube. You can grow your brand. You can start living a life that excites you by documenting, by expressing yourself, by learning how to show up confidently, which also carries to offline as well. And you can build an online business, sharing and talking about the things that you love. And I know you struggle with the doom scroller as well. I also do from time to time. And the only antidote that really makes me feel better about, or at least overcome my doom scrolling habit, is switching from the consumer to the producer hat. When you're producing, when you're creating, this is where you feel fulfilled in life. This is the key to fulfillment, to focus on self-growth, building yourself, and then sharing what you're learning with other people. That is the secret to fulfillment. And I believe that that's what we're here to do. I think that is in our destiny, to create, to, step into the depths of our mind and really unpack what it is that is our potential. And YouTube is a great way to do that. You may feel like you are too late. I get it. But the truth is that everybody who tells you that this is the last year to blow up or to start YouTube or all that, whatever, they're just trying to trick your mind. It's not true. If you start today, it's way better than starting tomorrow. And if you start today, it's way better than starting a year from now. And I guarantee you, if you were to go have a conversation with your past self, and that person had started a year ago, you would be thankful right now that you had started. So you're never too late. You're never behind. It's just a matter of making the choice to start now. And if you're one of those people who feels alone in this desire to start a YouTube channel, maybe your friends or family just don't get it, they don't have any desire to express themselves online, then stay until the end of this video, because I have a free resource that I'm so excited to tell you more about that will solve all of this for you. Now, just to give a little context, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. So there's a leaf blower going on outside, and usually I would wait to record, but one thing that I want to suggest that you do when you get started is to just get messy. If there's a leaf blower outside, just keep going. Just express yourself. Don't let external factors in life, regardless of what it is, stop you from creating. Okay. For years, I struggled to be consistent. I struggled with self-sabotage. I struggled with self-doubt. But the one key thing that really made a huge impact on me in my creative process was realizing that I needed a system. I used to just create haphazardly, which I will say, if you're getting started and that's the only thing you can do is just to create haphazardly, go for it. Lean into the discomfort and just get in the habit of expressing yourself. And if you don't want to post it online, one thing I recommend to clients all the time is don't post it. Just get in the habit of documenting. Just get in the habit of expressing yourself. Get in the habit of talking to a camera, because it is uncomfortable. At first, you're going to feel so much resistance. You're going to feel like an idiot as you sit here and talk to a camera. It is a little strange, but you'll get used to it. Trust me, it's just a process like anything else. When you first go to the gym, it's really awkward. You feel like everybody's watching. You feel like everybody's judging you. You feel like you don't know what you're doing. But as you go to the gym more often, you give less of a fuck about what people think. You start learning your own form and you build the confidence. It's how you do anything is how you do everything. Everything is related. But the one thing that really, really, really helped me with my creative process, with being consistent, really making the shift to where I finally broke my first 1K subs on YouTube, was having a streamlined, repeatable, fun, and easy system that made it seamless for me to continue creating, for me to capture my ideas, for me to just focus on the next step, as opposed to overthinking everything, the results, caring way too much about what people think about me. I was in this boat and I realized, dude, I cannot keep operating like this. I know I want to make an impact online. I see this future in myself where I'm not letting other people's thoughts or opinions or judgments stop me. I know that it's possible. And so I created a system for myself, which is called Dreamflow Operating System, the all-in-one creative headquarters for capturing ideas, for managing your tasks, staying on top of your creative process, documenting certain lessons and ideas and notes that you're learning from books, articles, podcasts, so that you can translate that to content, and so much more. But if this is exciting to you and you want a resource, again, stay until the end of the video because I have a really special offer that I know you're gonna love. But once I started leaning on a system, having this repeatable process, knowing exactly what content I was going to be working on next, I started posting every single week. I started actually making an impact with my videos. Videos were resonating with people. People were able to feel my energy. And I was also, most importantly, enjoying the process, feeling good about myself, feeling good about what I was creating, excited to set up all the lighting equipment, excited to set up the camera equipment, to grab the microphone and do the whole process, which can be a hurdle in and of itself. If you are just getting started, you do not need all of this equipment. You do not need anything fancy. You can just hold your iPhone up or whatever phone you have and just record yourself talking. I see so many people out there who are extremely successful doing that because it's organic. It's not as polished. The reason why I do all this polishing here is because I've built a process around it. It's seamless for me. And I also have a background in photography and filmmaking, so I just enjoy it. But notice how I'm not doing the fancy effects on any of these videos. Watch any of my videos, you're not seeing any of the flashy effects. You're hardly hearing sound effects, which I went through my phase where I was doing all of that. But I realized that's not the point. That's not the point of what I want to make. I don't give a shit about that. I want to express myself. I just want to be able to talk, and I want to have a format where I can do that consistently. And that is another beautiful thing about YouTube. So if you've been on the fence and you have a voice, you have something that you want to say, and you feel like you would find a lot of fulfillment personally just by creating this type of content, what are you waiting for? Get out of your own way. I understand it feels like maybe your friends are in the way, your family's in the way, overthinking, perfectionism, self-doubt. It feels like that's in the way, but really you're just allowing it. And I know that might be tough to hear because I certainly didn't want to hear that when I was younger, but it is the harsh truth. And it wasn't until I started really reflecting on my deathbed that I was able to make this change. Yes, it may hurt to realize yeah, I am getting in my own way. But imagine if you continue acting this way over the course of your life. How are you going to feel on your deathbed? Imagine that you're about to take your last few breaths and you have this certain feeling towards how you lived your life. How do you want to feel about your life? How do you want to feel about yourself? How do you want to feel about the things that you built? I guarantee you that you would be much prouder, much happier, much more fulfilled on your deathbed, knowing that you're taking your last few breaths and that you built something, that you leaned into the resistance, that you did the thing that you knew you wanted to, but it didn't let other people or external factors or the lawnmower outside or perfectionism to get in the way. This applies to anything in life, not just starting on YouTube. There's so many things that you could have started a year ago. And had you just leaned into the resistance over and over and over and over again, regardless of the results, actually with the understanding that you're not going to get the results because why would you? You're just getting started. If you lived your life this way, I promise you, you will feel fulfilled about your life the next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now on your deathbed. And it's all because you make the decision over and over and over to not let your external environment define you or your potential. What goes on in here defines you and your potential. There's this beautiful quote that I always say on this channel, which is, your bank account is not a reflection of your potential. It's a reflection of your energy. When you show up with half-baked energy, how do you expect us to resonate with that? I want to make it clear that I still struggle with the overthinking, with the self-doubt, with all the things that I mentioned. It's always going to be there, no matter what phase of the journey you're at. That's why it's so important to have a system. And not only a system, but a community of people that understand and see you and get what you're going through. Because when you feel less alone, you feel more inspired to take the next step, to lean into the resistance again, to, ideate on the next little action step that you're going to take. in your brand, in your content, in your business. Starting on YouTube has been the most beautiful spiritual journey for me. And I believe that anyone can experience these benefits just by simply leaning into the discomfort, leaning into that resistance, because it has showed me exactly who I am. Let me tell you, when you're recording yourself talking on camera, you're going to start to pick up on things that you didn't realize about yourself. And this stuff, again, carries to how you carry yourself in real life. It's how you attract opportunities. It's how you make an impact, both online and offline. If you feel stuck in your life, I understand exactly where you're at. And that's why I decided to create a community. I know that it could have helped me when I was younger, when I was just getting started. And also, I just want to be more involved with you guys. You know, like making these YouTube videos is great, and I'm going to continue doing it. But I want more of that connection. Like, I want to see your faces. I want to be able to hop on calls with you. And so, you know, that's why I'm creating this community. It's called the Dreamflow Lounge. Here's the best part about it. For the next 3 months, I'm giving it away for free. And not only that, but I'm also giving you my Dreamflow operating system, the whole Notion system that I just told you about, which I usually charge for $67. I've never given this away for free. I want you to take action to get started and have zero resistance towards making progress in your brand, in your content, in your future online business, or at least your next sell in your online business. Here's the only thing I need from you. Since this was, a rough idea and we're soft launching it right now, I want to know exactly what you need from me. So do me a favor, click on the link in the description. All the instructions are there. Again, it's 3 months free, and you get Dreamflow operating system, my Notion template, for free. All you have to do is just sign up, leave your first name and email, and there will be all the instructions there for the next steps. I'm so excited to go deeper with you, and I hope this video inspired you, because it is literally everything that I needed to hear 5-6 years ago. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you inside the Dreamflow Lounge.